All right, sweet. So now we're going to learn about rounding and rounding numbers, and we'll learn about the rounding function and the round function, the round down function, and the round up function. And I put in here also that we'd learn about the function library, and so you saw that in an earlier video, but we talked about the function library and this entire area right up here in formulas, this entire area right up here, the function library. We already talked about that. That was in a previous video, so I'm just going to take this out and just leave that as rounding. Or maybe I'll make this round down, and round up. And let's see what order we do it in. Round up and then round down. Okay, we'll do it in that order. Round up and then round down. So just trying to keep things logical, consistent, organized, an important part of making everything flow. Plus it has nice aesthetic symmetry. So round up, round down, that's what we're going to see in this video. I want to point something out. We have right here in our files, I created a new file, 000-func index. So that's in your files. If you open up that file, it's going to bring you to this list, and I'll keep this list through the beginner, intermediate, and advanced course, and maybe I'll add in here which course this is in, right? But this was in the beginner course, right? And so that will be in here, and you'll have a list to all of the different functions we've covered. Those are the ones we've covered so far: sum, average, max, min, count, count A, count F. Now we're doing round down, round up, and it shows you which file and which video this is associated with. So if you wanted to find this video again in the list of videos, you could copy this text, Control-C, go to our course outline, and let's say I was all the way up here at the top, and do a Command F. And by the way, if you don't see this over on the left, that's under Tools and Document Outline, right? So if that wasn't there, Tools, Document Outline brings it up. And so over here, I could do a Command F, drop in that 076 func round up, and it brings me, okay, this is the round up, round down video, and then you could find the video in the course videos. Right, so that said, round up, round down, 076 right here. The way round works, just in mathematics, generally speaking, is you round, like if we had the number 40.5 and I was told, hey, round that, just in basic math, I would round that up to 41. So 0.5 and up goes to the next number. 0.49 and down, anything below 0.5 and down goes back down to 40. That's normal rounding. And so here we have round, and there are some examples. And these examples, and this is where the round function sits, and I got that to show like that by putting in a little single, not double quotes, but a single quote right in front of the equal sign, and that says, hey, treat this just as text, show the text. Don't calculate the formula. Look at the only difference between, up there in the formula bar, the only difference between those two entries is there's a little single quote in front of the equal sign saying treat this as text, and here it's treating it as a formula. So I want you to see the formula there and calculate the formula here. So here's round, and if I go into insert function, it brings up the function dialog box, and I could click help on this function to learn about it, but you could go do that and read about it on your own after you watch this video. Strongly encourage you to do that. So what I'm going to show you here is just how it works, and really kind of like seeing by example is the best way to do it. I'll go to view and zoom to selection, and now that's nice and large. Isn't that beautiful? So if we have 2.5 and 1 in there as the second argument, like what do you want me to round to? It rounds to 1 decimal place, 2.2. 0.5 brings it up to the 2. If we have 2.149 and we say round to 1 decimal place, that's going to round down to 2.1. 0.5 up, 0.4, anything below 5 goes down, right? So that becomes 2.1. Here we go to 2 decimal places, 1.48. 5 means this goes up to 8. Here we go to 1 decimal place on the other, or 1 space on the other side of the decimal. So this becomes 20. 21.5, interesting, right? Rounds down to 20. 21.5 rounds down to 20. 21.5 rounds down to 20. So that's because it's looking at the 1. It's looking at the 1, and it's rounding that 1 down to 20. It's rounding to this place right here. You want me to go to the 0 or the next one up? So what would happen if this was 25.5? So let's just insert this, and we'll copy this, Control C, Control V, and then right here we're going to take out this entry, and we're going to make this instead of 21.5, we'll make it 25.5, and then we'll do the same with this one here, and that became 30. Nice, right? So that's pretty cool just to see that in action. 21.5, the 1 goes down to 20, and then 5 up goes up to 30. Here, this is going -3. It's going to go 1, 2, 3 to the thousands, right? So this 626 goes up to 1,000. We could insert another row here, insert, and this is a great way to learn how these functions work. And take this out, and then we'll make this one, like instead of 626, we'll make it 426, and then we'll do the same thing here, 426, and this should take it down to 0, right? Because 500 up goes to 1,000, 500 down goes to 0. And then rounds 198 to the nearest multiple of 10, -1, same thing. And so if this had been 5.98, it would have gone up to 10. So let's just insert one more right there and copy that and take that out, and then make this 5.98, and then make this one 5.98, and that goes up to 10. Rounds 50.55 to the nearest multiple of 100, because it's -2, so that goes up to 100. And again, if this had been 49.55, it would have gone down to what? It would have gone down to 0. So let's just look at that and make this 49.55, 49, it might need to be 49.45. This is a good experiment right here. Let's see, 49.45 goes down to 0, because it's looking at, is this less than 50? That's what it's looking at, and that's less than 50. All right, so that's 49.55. And then we have round up. And so round up, and let's just zoom in on this, and let me bring this one back to just kind of in there nicely, and then we'll do zoom to selection. Awesome. So now round up is always going to round up. It's no longer going to break on the 5, right? So if it's just barely 3.2 goes up to 4, 76.99 goes up to 77. 3 places right here, it's on the 5, that's going up, 142. 1 place right here, 1 decimal place, this is on the 4, it's going up, 3.2. -2 means to this spot right there, and it's going to look at the 5, and it's going to go up. It's going to look at the 1, because it's -2, 1, 2, and it's going to go up to 315 right there, so 315. So it looks at that, and it goes up. So that's rounding up, and same deal with rounding down. So you could take this right here and zoom to selection, and you could reflect on these yourself. Just pause the video and reflect on those. Seems like there's one more thing I wanted to say about round in the documentation, but I think we covered it just by doing these extra examples right there. If it comes to me, I will bring it up in a future video. All right, that's using the round function. And it takes some getting used to, and I really encourage you to read the documentation. So right now, good practice after this video is to open up the documentation for round, round up, and round down, and go just kind of skim through it. I remembered what I want to say. And so here's something I'm going to give to you as a hands-on exercise when we get to hands-on exercises. So right here, I'm going to collect one of my round functions right there. And I'm going to go to the formulas ribbon and insert function, and then click help on this function to go to the documentation. And often there are examples in the documentation. So I'm going to copy this example right here, Control C, and then bring it over into Excel. And inside Excel, there we are, cancel this. In my new sheet, right, I'm going to just click in here, and I want to figure out how to paste this. So first I'll paste it just like that as HTML and text, then copy it again, and in another sheet now I will paste, right click, paste special, And in here, I'm going to paste formulas because I want these formulas to come through, not just the value. I want those formulas. So now that I have that formula, I don't need this result column there. I'm going to insert one column right there and then copy these, put those there, and these will be the result. And then for each of the formulas, I'm just going to click right in the beginning and put that little single quotation mark. And that's how I quickly got the examples out of the Excel library into Excel so that I could play with them and see what they were doing. And so that's a really nice thing. Now just left align that to make it look pretty. And there's my description, and get that to fit. And bring this in a little bit. And then zoom to selection. View, zoom to selection. And then get rid of this. Delete that one. And then just call this one rename, copy, paste, example. All right, and so that's something I'm going to ask you to do in the hands-on exercises. So there you saw it being able to be done. You got an impression in your head. I'll give you the hands-on exercises. You'll use it, and I'll show you the solution. I'll do that once again for you when we get to hands-on. But that's the other thing I wanted to show you is how I got things out of the documentation. All right, go read the documentation for these. Just read through them. Just read it. It'll take you 10 minutes, and it's totally worth it. It's totally worth it. Get used to looking through the documentation. Find what works for you in the documentation and what is like, what are they thinking, writing it that way. All right. So there's the round function and documentation and copying things and pasting them out of the documentation.